People say honesty is very expensive and therefore you shouldn't expect it
from cheap people.
And today we're talking about the power of honesty. Why you have to be honest in all you do and make sure you document all your transactions. Before we go into the discussion, let's listen to one of our experiences today and we'll be right back.
My name is Philip Katawira Tuoki, Minister in the United Kingdom. I work as Minister of External Relations in the United Kingdom. Today I'm sharing the power of honesty in anything you do. I finished campus. I did all jobs for people. I did trading in Unyevu and Kagadi, Muhoro. Joined Bank of Uganda. I went to UCB, Commercial Bank. By then it was training accountant. I was taken to Kilembe as my first posting to train. Kilembe by then was booming. That was in 83, 84. Booming with businesses. There was a lot of money. People like Kachanchu, late Katoto, late Businje, Jacob Sinje, Mbawazi Katoto, Sam Black, Maswento, and Kachanchu. They would come with a lot of money to the bank. Because there was cement, there was everything. Leave you with money in the bag, in a sack. Tells you, you count the money. I'm in a hurry. They would be in a hurry because of other businesses. Then he comes back after a day or two. He finds the money is on the account. He would ask you how much was shortage. You tell him clearly how much was not in his counting, because one would be mixed up like beans. This man of businesses, you know. And he would come and give you some small tip. Then every day you do that. They would do that every day. You do that for them. One time I met a man called John Katuramu. Kept his money with me. It was by then $10,000. That was in 1988. For 2 months, he never came for the money. But after 2 months, he asked for his money. I brought it back, not touching a penny. It was under my pillow. My wife, Josephine Katawira, did not even know where it was. I had not told her, but I gave the man to Katuram. After working the bank here in Kampala, I was transferred to Kampala, 7th floor. He met me again and called me to come and work with him. I refused to go because I was comfortable in the bank with a necktie. Then when I went to work with him, I discovered a lot of things about business. I found him using a telex machine, fax machine. I didn't know those things, how to use them practically. We never had internet by then. So I learned a lot of things from there. And that thing gave me introduction to people. I know almost everybody who matters in town here in Kampala because of Katuram. He of course, was dealing with big men, people with money, deal with people with money. So I never had that chance. I'm a village man from Kigorobia, Hoima, and I had never been to Kampala to stay with any uncle or auntie. I came here to study and work. So honesty is very, very important in anything you do. That calling he made to me has made me travel the whole world. I've been to every continent in the world. But there are people in town here who are not honest. People should be careful about honesty. There's a gentleman here in Kampala here. I won't say his name. We dealt with him, my two friends, two male friends of mine, very close friends, who are his friends. And we sold his property in Kampala here. A very big property for very good money, very big money. We agreed that he would pay us our commission, which is normal 5% commission, on some good money really, because of the very big property. But to my surprise, the guy, I think he's watching me, maybe he knows, he's now watching this TV. I won't say his name, it's not necessary, but I learned a lesson that now whatever you do with anybody, whether it is whether it's a friend, document it. Make sure you have something written down. Because after chasing the man, we had whatever we did, recordings of his phones, messages, but there was no documentation, there was no agreement. So he walked scot-free and he took our money. Of course, we were hurt, but we moved on. We forgave him. I forgave him. Maybe one day you think about it, but that is a lesson to learn. Whatever you do, document it. Even if it's your brother, even if it's your uncle, even if it's anybody who is close to you, it can be your best man, your what, but document it. It helps you a lot. That's a lesson I've learned, that not everybody is honest. Like I was to my former employer, Katuram John, of give and take, but others here in town really are not straight and honest. Document whatever you do. Document or transaction you do. Thank you.
Perfect. You can see the power of honesty. It is very expensive, but also the reward is very big. Like we have seen really how he was able to benefit from being honesty, open and trustworthy to all his clients, starting from the bank and coming to where he was even employed by one of his former clients.
So we can really see the progression. We can see how this gentleman was honest from the word go, but the honesty keeps building him to next levels and next levels of success. So you find that the more honest we are, the more opportunities are opened up to us, because people can rely on you. People know that if I give this person my money, I will get it back as is. If I give an opportunity to this person, possibly it's a job or things of that sort, you will do that job to the best of your ability. And you will endeavor to have integrity and honesty at everything you're tasked with. So we need to preserve our relationships. We need to preserve the people, the trust from the people in our lives by being as honest and truthful as possible.
However honest you are, it shouldn't push you to trust everybody. That's why you need to document. You need to document your business. You need to document your transaction. You need to document everything you are doing. And why do you do it? To get a consent from the one you're doing the transaction with, that they've confirmed the transaction you're dealing with, and to manage and handle expectations. What do I expect? If I have a business dealing with Tilda, what is this that we agree in the agreement? Are we together? That's why we need documentation, however much we trust people. Whichever dealing you do, document.
And some people think documentation is all about big businesses. That is not true. Whether I'm having a transaction between a family member, whether you're having a transaction between your workmates, you have to make sure that you document everything you do.
Your friend, even your spouse.
It's not necessary. Some people think because I'm honest, it's the same that is going to happen to the other person.
Yeah.
So whatever is going to happen, however small the amount, let's say if it's in terms of money, however much small the money is, make sure that you document that. Some people even going to jobs, you get employed and you don't have any written documents. Where are you going to have the proof that you've been working with a given company?
To talk about the proof, in accounting, documentation is a requirement. In a banking sector, you cannot bring 20 million on your account when you've been depositing 1 million without any documentation backup. That by the way, I had a deal, I was a broker and someone paid me 10 million and this is a proof. I sold my land and this is my proof, not verbal. So documentation is very much important in accounting purposes. You have a receipt. Even in lending, when you don't have documents, someone may fail to give you the money because they think you have no capacity to finance this money, or you've not handled that transactions. So it's very much important not to only be honest, but be honest to people, as we also emphasize documentation in our dealings or transactions.
And you ask yourself, I want the viewers out there to think and reflect, if you're the same person who was given that $10,000, would you have been able to keep this money without any documentation for 2 months when someone hasn't even asked any about of the money?
That is a high level of integrity.
However much, if it was me, I wouldn't do it. I would need a documentation from someone giving me the money, because tomorrow they can come and say, by the way, you've helped someone, after 1 year you're keeping their $1 million, and after 1 year they come back and say they claim they gave you 2. Or to have done a documentation that I've left 1 million with Alex, I've left 1 million with Tilda. After a certain period, when they come, I have a proof that, by the way, however much I'm honest, but there's also clear proof that that's the exact money given.
So let's listen to one of the 100 ways to be money wiser and see how we can learn from this experience and enable us to be money wiser. So number 95 of the 100 ways states, to be money wiser is to operate with the highest level of integrity, to ensure that in all you are involved in, you act with wisdom, truthfulness, and uprightness. So to all of us out there, every time someone puts you in a position of trust, in a position where you are, it's up to you, where it is really entirely up to you to show your level of integrity, simply do that. You're given money to keep it safely. You're given a responsibility. Deliver to the best of your ability, and let us live uprightly and with utmost integrity. Thank you, and let's be money wiser.
Share with us any dishonest experience that you've had on our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell to make sure that you get notifications whenever we have a new episode. See you next time.